I find each audience is different. Each audience have something that makes me feel good. And usually when I play, it's like something go to them and it comes back to me. So I enjoy it each time.
But that something comes back, you have first to spread out energy.
Yes. I guess it's that
Where do you get this energy every time? That's what interests me.
Well, for one thing, I love my work. I enjoy playing. And when I can see anyone that seems to enjoy what I'm doing, that energy from me goes to them, seem like what they do when they enjoy, double coming back. And it makes me get happier and feel better and better all the time. And when you play over 200 days, most of those days I play 2 concerts, so it's usually, usually about 800 or 900 concerts per year that we usually do. But hopefully this year we'll do, about 600, maybe 700 concerts.
And where's your private life then? In this?
Not very much. I've been married twice and divorced twice. So most ladies don't care for this kind of life. So I have 8 children, 3 boys and 5 girls. None of them into music. I have one daughter that dance, and I have one that's a model, but those are the only 2 that's close to show business. One of my sons is a minister. He's my youngest son. He's a preacher. So nobody else into show business. I'm the only one.
Can you explain why blues musicians in general, and you in special, are so faithful to blues?
Well, I might be just a little bit of a hypocrite myself because I kind of think in terms of the time. And I maybe not be quite as loyal as maybe some of my colleagues. But I think most of us have a feeling that we don't want to lose. You want to keep that feeling. But in my case, I think in terms of the times of the music that's being played at what time of, what decade it might be. For instance, like this is the 80s. Well, in the U.S., all the music I hear is usually rock or soul music, very little jazz, very little gospel, and so I'm always listening to this kind of music, so I'm influenced by it. Therefore, you will hear some of it in my later albums. Yes, you will hear somewhat. So I imagine with a lot of the jazz musicians, you find that people criticize you if you try and stay where you were. They criticize you if you change somewhat. Well, in the environment that we're living in now, one have to live in that environment. So therefore you are influenced by the environment that you're in. And some of us, I'm one, that can't help but to be influenced a bit in the music by that. But I think it's for better.
You're still very young and you're doing a lot of concerts every year. And I mean, can you tell us something about your future plans?
Well, one thing I want to do is to do what I do better. That's one thing.
How can you do it better?
Well, I want to work a little harder at it, a little harder than I have. I'm kind of a lazy musician. I don't practice as much as I should physically. Mentally, I practice quite often, but physically, nothing like as high. I want to be a little more creative. For the last 8 or 10 years, I haven't did much writing, so I want to do more writing. I also want to be involved with more young people. I once was quite a bit, so I would like to be involved again because some reason this seemed to give me peace of mind. I would like that all of the young people that are studying, that want to play music, whether blues or otherwise, if they like B.B. King, I want to be available to them, for them. I want to be because the idols, my idols that I idolized, many of them I never had a chance to meet.
Who are they?
Pardon?
Who are they?
One was Blind Lemon Jefferson, blues guitar player, singer. Lonnie Johnson was a blues guitar and singer, but I did meet him before he died. But Charlie Christian, a jazz guitarist, I never met him. Django Reinhardt, jazz guitarist, I never met him. I never get a chance to learn very much about them, other than to hear them play.
Records.
Right. So, each time I go to France, I ask people, musicians, did you know Django? Were you around him? And I've ran across a few friends of his that was around him. So I learned a little bit like that. But I didn't learn very little I learned about Blind Lemon. Very little I learned about Charlie Christian. And many other musicians that I like. So I hope to be available to all of my fans or my proteges, if that's a good word, that they can know everything about B.B. King.